Today, Virginia officially ends capital punishment. The General Assembly approved legislation earlier this year to abolish the death penalty. The move makes life without parole the harshest penalty you can get in the Commonwealth. Virginia has conducted the second most executions since the U.S. Supreme Court let states resume capital punishment in 1976.
Starting today, Virginia will implement new rules for guns. You won't be allowed to bring guns within Capitol Square or in any building the state owns or leases. Guns also won't be allowed 40 feet from a polling place. Another law stops people found guilty of assaulting a family or household member from owning a gun 3 years after the conviction.
New laws taking effect today will impact voters in Virginia. First-time voters in the Commonwealth will be allowed to register for an absentee ballot through the mail. Absentee ballots will no longer require a witness signature. Cities and towns have to offer drop-off locations for absentee ballots and curbside options for those with a disability or injury. Local election officials will also be allowed to open polling places for in-person early voting on Sundays. A new law will benefit local bars and restaurants. The General Assembly approved a bill that allows restaurants to sell to-go cocktails for another year. The measure was first passed during the height of the pandemic. It is now set to end July of 2022.
Today, business owners fighting to keep skill games legal will be back in court, even though a ban on them went into effect at midnight. Yesterday, a judge recused herself from the case after attorneys said they had evidence to show the ban was racially motivated. They're pointing to comments made by State Senate Minority Leader Tommy Norment last year when he said the games remind him of Alibaba. Some consider the phrase an ethnic slur.
That's not fair what they're trying to do to us. It's a shame.
Our message today is no machines are to be moved. They're to stay right where they are.
The hearing is scheduled for today at noon.
Coming up, taking a new trail, a new attraction on the way for mountain bikers in Virginia Beach.
Plus, searching for a suspect, what we know about a shooting in Chesapeake that left 2 teens hurt.
And you're taking a live look outside from Tower Cam 10. Meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler is tracking rain headed our way. Find out when it arrives next in your Super Doppler 10 forecast.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast from meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
Well, that's outside right now. That's Tower Cam 10. Doesn't look too bad. We've got quite a bit of sunshine over the area. There's a little bit of cloud cover, but I'd say we're mostly sunny to partly cloudy. There's no rain out there, that's for sure, but a little bit of thin haze, and there's a lot of humidity. So right now, if you go out the door, Colonial Williamsburg, you're going to have a lot of sunshine. Nice morning to go for a walk. Get it done early. Get any activities you need to early, because it's going to be another hot one. And late in the day, we could even see a few thunderstorms. But right now, there's no rain over the area. We are rain-free with a lot of sunshine. That'll change later this afternoon. This morning, you can see hardly any rain out there, but into the afternoon, 20% chance of rain, 2 o'clock, 4 p.m. And then between 4 and 6, rain chances go up. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, maybe a couple of strong storms even. Now the temperatures, they're in the upper 70s right now. Newport News, Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Killable Hills, and Wallops Island. Even Edenton, 78 degrees. It's almost 80 in some spots. The temperatures today will be in the 90s, but the heat index could be in the 90s and 100s as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. So model has a couple of 100s out there, I think, but keep in mind if you get some thunderstorms, that'll cool down some locations. Now our winds are to the southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. The winds will be stronger today than they have been, and so that breeze will help a little bit with the heat and humidity, how it feels. There could be some gusts of 25 miles an hour though, keep that in mind. 87 degrees at noon, 94 at 3 p.m. Isolated shower storms at 3 o'clock with a higher chance of rain 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Mosquito levels are high today, but they do drop tomorrow. They do go back up again on Saturday. Tomorrow, highs near 80 degrees. It's going to cool down, but there's going to be a lot of showers and storms. Maybe not a complete washout. I'll track today and tomorrow's rain and storms with Future Track coming up. Plus, we'll take a look at the track of Elsa, and we'll have more details on that. Madison's in now with traffic.
Jeremy, thank you. If you're crossing the water right now, let's take a look at both sides of the HRBT. Actually, before we do that, I want to show you this 264 West City Hall Avenue. We've got some slowdowns right before the Berkeley Bridge and on the Berkeley Bridge itself. Again, this is westbound, so just give yourself some extra time headed there. Eastbound, though, your Midtown Downtown Tunnel drive times in the green. And just keep in mind that lift to the Berkeley, you don't want to get stuck there around 9. Now to the HRBT, both sides still looking okay. Montgomery Mac, James River Bridge, drive times in the green there as well. Katie?
Still ahead, growing support. All new at 6:45. What is next for a bill to legalize medical marijuana making its way through the North Carolina legislature?
Welcome back. Our time now is 6:44. We're on top of developing news from Chesapeake. That's where a teenager is fighting for his life after a shooting. Another teenager was hurt as well. Police tell us they responded to a report of a person hurt on Sir Gawain Drive around 7 last night. They found an 18-year-old shot around the same time and about a mile away. A driver flagged down officers in front of the 3rd Police Precinct. The driver had a 16-year-old boy with gunshot wounds in their car. Paramedics took both teens to the hospital. The younger victim is fighting for life. The 18-year-old is expected to survive. We're working to get information about a suspect.
All new this morning, North Carolina is one step closer to legalizing medical marijuana.
A bill to do that cleared its first significant legislative hurdle. The bipartisan bill would allow people to obtain an ID card if a doctor declares they have one of several illnesses and could benefit from it. There would be 10 licensed sellers statewide.
Yesterday, the Senate Judiciary Committee voted yes on the bill. It still has to go through 3 more committees before reaching the Senate floor. But the vote shows support for legalizing medical marijuana is growing in the General Assembly.
And we're just trying to help people who are suffering, and use this drug in a way that's helpful for people who truly need it.
Opponents of the bill say it could lead to substance abuse and developmental interference. They also say it could open a Pandora's box to legalizing recreational marijuana. The bill still can be tweaked and fine-tuned as it works through other committees. Happening today, federal and state leaders will be in Hampton Roads to make an announcement regarding progress in the Biden-Harris administration's work to foster a clean energy economy. Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland, Senator Tim Kaine, and Governor Ralph Northam will tour the Port of Virginia and discuss offshore wind supply chain opportunities for the Commonwealth. That starts this morning at 10.
If you are looking for a new adventure on your bike, this story is for you. A new mountain bike trail in Virginia Beach is in the works, and developers promise it won't fall flat. Off 264 near the oceanfront sits Marshview Park. It boasts an open area for picnics and play, 4 new dog parks, and soon a new mountain bike trail.
But it's very unique in the sense that it's 5 miles worth of trails with some great topography.
Ethan Kaysen is a recreation specialist with Virginia Beach Parks and Rec. He says Marshview Park was originally slated to be developed before the city bought it in 2010.
So there's actually quite a few large ditches that were dug out with some soil spill over. So you got these big mounds followed by these big ditches next to it.
So Parks and Rec teamed up with nonprofit Eastern Virginia Mountain Bike Association, or EVMA, to make the trail dream become a reality.
It's important from EVMA's perspective because so many of our riders live on the south side.
Mark Willman is the vice president for trails for EVMA.
And one of the constant requests we get from our riders on the south side is there something a little bit closer to where we're located.
With EVMA's expertise, we're going to be able to not only design these trail routes to really go up and down through these ditches and over these berms, but really give people different levels of difficulty.
Kaysen says the trails will also be multi-use, so hikers, it's for you as well.
And they will be wayfinding signage, trailhead maps, so people know what kind of trail they're on, what the difficulty is, how long the trail is, and what to expect. So everybody who wants to use the trails will be able to.
Kaysen says the trail is expected to open in the spring of 2022.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast from meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
All right, this is Tropical Storm Elsa, and so it has become a tropical storm as of 5 a.m. this morning, and it's moving off to the west at 25 miles an hour. It's actually moving pretty fast to the west, so we'll see how soon it turns to the north. The National Hurricane Center has it moving off northwesterly as we get into the weekend. This is Sunday around Haiti, Dominican Republic, and then around Jamaica and Cuba going into Monday morning, possibly getting up into the southern coast of Florida, or towards the southern coast of Florida, towards Tuesday morning, but there's a lot of uncertainty in here. So let's take a look. This is the European model. We're tracking it, and as we get to Friday, it's past the Lesser Antilles. There it is, the center of it, moving in there across Hispaniola, and then up towards the Bahamas. And then after that point, it stays out to sea and moves to the northeast and misses land totally. So that's just one model, but it's one that we usually follow. I mean, the European model's got a lot of weight to it. Here's the GFS model, one of the others that we follow, big one. And so this one has it near Jamaica going into Sunday, and then into western Cuba, and then possibly up into Florida, and maybe moving up towards our region. Now, it just updated, but maybe not a strong system, but definitely heavy rain up into the Carolinas going into later next week. So that's a possibility too. Which one's right? Well, it's just too early to tell. Right now, I mean, the system just formed, so we'll have updates on it for you. Wavy News 10 at midday, Wavy News 10 at 4 p.m. We'll follow it. Right now, it's pretty far away. So here, we've got high pressure, but it's moving away, and we've also got a cool front that's moving closer to us. That's going to give us a higher chance of rain today. We're also going to heat up ahead of that front. 94 degrees, heat index near 100, but tomorrow we'll cool down, highs near 80. Heat index won't be a factor, and then low 80s on Saturday. We'll dry things out Saturday too, so we'll be a lot more comfortable going into the weekend. Super Doppler 10 radar, there's no rain right now, but later today we'll get some storms. Between now and noon, just some isolated or stray showers, not much. Into the afternoon, isolated showers or storms. But let's go into about 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah, now we've got a bundle of thunderstorms coming in. And some of these could be strong to severe. We'll already have a breezy southwest wind. That continues till 9 o'clock tonight, and overnight we'll have some more showers and storms. Tomorrow morning, a wet morning commute. Could even see some heavy rain in spots. And then we clear out that little area. But notice the winds haven't changed yet. This is the front. So around 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 5 o'clock, that comes in, that changes the wind, and that could deliver another round of showers and storms. So it's going to add up. Now later today, we've got a slight risk for severe weather, category 2 out of 5 for the peninsula, middle peninsula, eastern shore. Strong gusty winds the main threat, but heavy rain is also possible. If we don't get the heavy rain later today, we'll get it tonight or tomorrow, and it could add up to about 1 to 2 inches of rain in some areas, with some locations getting 3 or a little bit more than that. Wavy News 10 at midday and 4 p.m. We'll have an update on those storms. So today, heat index near 100, few afternoon storms, 93 for a high in Virginia Beach, 95 Elizabeth City, 93 in Norfolk. But remember, very humid. 92 in Hampton, 90 in Gloucester, 89 Melfa, and 94 in Newport News. You go to the beaches to cool off okay, but just keep in mind a few storms could happen later today. Waves to 1 foot, low threat for rip currents, water temps in the 70s. 80 tomorrow, showers and storms likely, and then a few showers early Saturday, but then the rest of the weekend's looking good. Low to mid 80s, partly cloudy. Monday, partly cloudy, but we'll be in the low 90s. All right, that's the latest forecast. Now let's turn over to Madison with traffic.
Thank you. And it looks like these delays here on 264 West heading to the downtown tunnel and the Berkeley Bridge have cleared out just right before the bridge. You may still see some, though, on the bridge itself. And speaking of the Berkeley, you'll see a lift there later on this morning, 9 o'clock. Keep that in mind so you don't get stuck there at this time. You can take the Jordan Bridge, the South Norfolk Jordan Bridge, to get around that. Across the south side here, no crashes have popped up within the last 10 minutes, and all those delays there on 564 just right around Gate 3A have completely cleared. Chesapeake 64 West from Bowers still to the high-rise bridge. You're looking good still. That's an 8-minute trip, and speeds are into the 60s. Lex and Katie?
Still ahead, space skills. We'll show you the kitchen creation from one of the astronauts on board the International Space Station.
A French astronaut showed off his cooking skills in space. A video posted on social media showed a piece of tortilla with strawberries stuck on a spread of chocolate floating in the International Space Station.
Thomas Pesquet, the first French commander of the ISS, wrote in the post, "My crewmates were very disappointed that my cooking skills are close to zero. Shame on a Frenchman." Indeed. Pesquet added that the space crepe was his best culinary creation so far. He also asked people to disregard that it's not really a crepe, but actually a tortilla.
I like that he's like, listen, I'm French. I'm aware this is not a crepe, but this is as close as we can get in space. Come meet me in space and
I think you have to forgive anyone's lack of cooking skills in space. He does have some other, valuable skills, I think.
Things that he could do. But you put chocolate and strawberries together.
Yeah.
No matter what, I think that's a great
take
culinary skill. That's a good talent.
I'm just afraid that thing's going to land on something. I mean, you get that chocolate in space,
it's floating.
That
best
is
to clean up.
messy.
Yeah.
Now I want a crepe.
I know, right? We should, okay, team crepe. That's where we're going to go now. All right, we are headed over to Fox 43. Speaking of going somewhere, we're headed over to Fox 43 right now. That's going to start at 7 o'clock.
We'll have all of your news, weather, and traffic until 9. It's been a very busy morning, so I think you'll want to stick with us. Have a great morning.
Now, from the station on your side, you're watching Wavy News 10 on Fox 43.
First, in the South, new laws take effect in the Commonwealth today, including legalizing pot possession. Our Kiana Patterson breaks down the new rules.
Plus, forgiving overpayments. How a new law impacts Virginians who received more unemployment benefits than they were supposed to because of an error at the VEC.
And a big change for college athletics, what student athletes will now be able to do after a decision from the NCAA.
But first, we're following breaking news from Suffolk. That's where a man is dead after a train hit him.
Officials say it happened around 2 this morning on North 10th Street. That's in the Lloyd Place neighborhood. A city spokeswoman says the man was crossing the tracks in an area without a crossing when the accident happened. The train stopped. It did not derail.
And we're going to continue to follow this breaking story throughout the morning. Look for updates on the Wavy News mobile app.
Meanwhile, say good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Lex Gray.
And I'm Madison Glassman. We'll get to more of your news headlines in just a minute. We've got a lot of them this morning. Plus what meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler is working on in the Weather Center. He's busy as well this morning. But before that, we're going to get a look at 10 times safer traffic. You're looking okay out there on the roads. That's the great news. Just tracking some minor slowdowns on the westbound side of the Berkeley Bridge. But nothing to worry about too much. No big backups there on 264 right by City Hall Avenue. And speaking of the Berkeley Bridge, you're definitely going to see some slowdowns there in about 2 hours from now because we have a lift right around 9 o'clock. So just prepare for that. Maybe leave a little earlier or take the South Norfolk Jordan Bridge to get around that. Across the south side elsewhere, it is that time of the morning where we start to see that 1 mile backup forming on the Hampton side of the HRBT. That's just right by Mallory Street. 664 though, both directions looking okay at the Monitor Merrimack. James River Bridge looking good too. No lifts scheduled there. Now let's get a look at that forecast we were mentioning with meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler. Hey, Jeremy.
All right, yeah, we've got a lot to talk about in the Weather Center, mostly the tropics. We've got Tropical Storm Elsa, which formed as of 5 a.m. this morning. It is east of South America. It's way out there. It'll cross the Lesser Antilles around Friday, probably as a tropical storm, and then it'll work its way up possibly towards Cuba, Jamaica, maybe towards southern Florida early next week, but there's a lot of uncertainty at that point. It has just newly formed, and the models are really split at that point also. So we'll have more on that coming up in this half hour. Super Doppler 10 radar right now, things are quiet. There's no rain locally. There's going to be some quiet weather for a time, but temperatures are going to heat up. We got 80 degrees in Norfolk, 76 Chesapeake, 79 now Williamsburg, 80 at Wallops Island, but the highs, they'll be in the 90s. And with all that heat and humidity, we'll get a few showers and storms later this afternoon, and more so into the evening when we could get a few strong storms. Yeah, highs in the 90s, but the heat index will be near 100. Luckily, there's a breeze. Now, coming up, I'm going to talk about the rain chances throughout the day, the weekend forecast, and more on Elsa in this half hour. Madison?
Today, several new laws take effect in the Commonwealth, and that includes legalizing possession of marijuana.
Virginia is the first southern state to legalize pot possession, but there are strict rules about what you can have and how you can get it. 10 on your side's Kiana Patterson joins us live now from the newsroom.
And Kiana, like Lex mentioned, there are rules people still need to follow. So what are they?
Well, Madison and Lex, it's officially legal to have a small amount of weed in Virginia, but there are some things you need to know, and that includes you have to smoke it in private. Adults 21 and up can have up to an ounce of marijuana, and you can also grow up to 4 plants at home. But if you're found with more, you can be ticketed or charged with a felony. And the state is creating the Virginia Cannabis Control Authority to monitor sales. But again, keep in mind, smoking in public and in your car is still illegal.
It won't be legal for adults or anyone else to consume cannabis in public.
Now, if you have more questions, we have a full page of information over on wavy.com. It's called Marijuana in Virginia, and you'll just have to click that tab. In the newsroom, Kiana Patterson, 10 on your side.
Also today, a ban on balloon releases goes into law. Balloon releases, as you know, have become a tradition at outdoor celebrations and prayer vigils. But if you release a non-biodegradable balloon intentionally, you could face a fine. Anyone 16 and older who violates the law will have to pay a $25 fine for each balloon released. The money would go to the Game Protection Fund. Supporters of the ban say the new law will help prevent pollution caused by the loose balloons.
Beginning today, the Virginia Employment Commission will forgive overpayments of unemployment benefits due to state or employer error if the recipient is effectively unable to pay. The law forgives an estimated $18 million in overpayments that the VEC has been trying to get back. A VEC spokesperson says those affected will be contacted directly.
Bicyclists and drivers, you'll see some changes too. Drivers will now be required to change lanes when trying to pass a bicyclist if the lane is not wide enough to put at least 3 feet between the vehicle and the bike. The goal is to make the roads safer for everyone.
Local law enforcement in Virginia will no longer be allowed to buy or use facial recognition technology. The new law covers city and college police departments, sheriff's offices, and other local law enforcement agencies. They won't be allowed to use facial recognition unless the General Assembly passes a law in the future specifically allowing them to do so. The ban does not apply to state-level agencies like Virginia State Police.
It's going to cost you a little more if you get caught littering in Virginia, a lot more actually. Today, the minimum fine for littering will double from $250 to $500. The maximum fine is $2,500.
Today, family and friends will celebrate the life of longtime firefighter Michael Painter. Painter died last week after a heart attack. He served with the Virginia Beach Fire Department for 33 years. Painter was serving as an assistant fire marshal. Friends told 10 on Your Side Painter loved being a fireman. A celebration of life service is being held at 1 this afternoon at the Virginia Beach Convention Center.
Our time now is 7:06. Still ahead on this Thursday morning, unsealing indictments. What we're expecting to learn today about charges against the Trump Organization and its chief financial officer.
Plus, waving the white flag, why a Virginia Beach restaurant says it's closing for the summer.
And meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler is tracking the return of rain to the area. He's going to time it all out in your Super Doppler 10 forecast next.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast from meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
Right now, it looks pretty good down at Croatan Beach, Virginia Beach. Yeah, it looks really good, actually. We got the sun shining over the water. It's, already pretty warm and humid, but if you want to get some activities done, do it now while it's still, not too hot out there. You can do some yard work, go for a walk along the beach, go for a walk in general. Satellite radar showing mostly clear to partly cloudy skies and no rain in the area. And this morning should be pretty slim for for any rain chances. But around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, isolated shower storms popping up. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, 50% chance of rain, and then a 50% chance around 8 p.m. Now our temperatures, they're in the upper 70s to around 80 right now. It's already warm. Going into the midday and afternoon hours, it's going to feel like it's close to 100 in many locations. Now, if you're lucky, you get a thunderstorm, maybe that'll cool you down, but many places will be feeling like the mid to upper 90s to around 100. Now, the wind is out of the southwest today at 10 to 15 miles an hour. There is a nice breeze, unlike other days, so this is good. This will kind of help out a little bit with how it feels with the heat and humidity. So the winds will be out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour, some of the gusts up to 25. 87 degrees at noon, 94 degrees at 3 p.m., partly cloudy skies. We get some isolated shower storms at 3 o'clock, but we get past that point, there'll be some scattered shower storms coming in from the west and northwest. Mosquito levels are high today, moderate for Friday, back up to high levels for Saturday. Tomorrow, we've got showers, storms, they're likely, 80 degrees for the high, and then 82 on Saturday. After a few showers early, things get a little better for the weekend. I'll talk about these showers and storms coming in, how bad they could be. We'll track them in Future Track, and we'll take a look at Tropical Storm Elsa, the track. Now, Madison's in with traffic.
So we're seeing our usual congestion on both sides of the HRBT. It's just starting to form on the Norfolk side, so no big backups there just yet, but the Hampton side, we've got a 1-mile backup there. Some stop-and-go delays right before Settlers Landing. Armistead Avenue to Fourth View, you're up to a 23-minute trip there, so you can save yourself about an extra 10 minutes here at the Modern Merrimack. 25th Street and Newport News to College Drive. That's only going to take you 11 minutes. James River Bridge, no lifts to worry about here so far this morning. But one spot you got to worry about a lift is at the Berkeley Bridge. That's coming up at 9. Lex?
Still ahead, Ready to Rescue. We'll show you the new tool that will help first responders in the region. Plus,